Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is the senior senator from Massachusetts and a Democratic candidate for President of the United States. Please welcome Senator Elizabeth Warren. Nice to see you again.
It's good to see you.
It is your fifth time, I
think. Is that right?
Fifth time. Those are some John Oliver numbers you're putting on the board right there.
You know?
Nice to see you again.
It's good to be here.
Now, I want to read the tea leaves here of your appearance. I'm so happy to have you here. Always fun to talk to, and also on a night like this, after what we learned this weekend. First, I want to read the tea leaves of your outfit. Is purple a message of unity for America?
No.
No? No? Not red and blue coming together?
No. Look, I think that this is a moment where we got to acknowledge what's happened with the Mueller report, that we got to take that next step and say, make the Mueller report public. We're big. We can all read it.
Okay. Now, as somebody in the Senate who knows how Washington works or has a better idea than I do, what do you think the odds are that we're going to get to see it?
You know, I don't know. But if we don't see it, then millions of people around this country are going to keep asking what's in it that nobody wants us to see.
Right, because if it is complete and total exoneration,
then give us all
everybody, we should all see it.
That's
so we could just see how totally exonerated
That's right.
he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody can read. Well.
We'll do it in pictures. We'll do some of it in pictures. Now, here's the thing. Were you surprised at the results? Because there was so much, as I said, smoke monster. There was so much smoke. There were so many instances publicly that we saw obstruction. It just happened to be in public. We saw so many connections, so much lying about connections to the Russians. Were you surprised? Did you think you were going to run against someone who was indicted?
So, you know, for me, it was never about running against somebody who was indicted. It's really about running against somebody who is making the government work better and better and better for a thinner and thinner and thinner slice at the top and leaving everybody else behind. That's...
What are the, what are the things that he has done that you find most egregious in that way? What do you think he's doing to help the 1% or the 1/10 of 1% at the expense of the rest of America?
Well, so look at this fundamental question about how America works. When Donald Trump and the Republican Congress wanted to give away $1 trillion+ to millionaires, billionaires, and giant corporations, they got their act together in just a few weeks and managed to pass a bunch of tax breaks for them. But when it comes to questions about how we make this country work for everyone else, things that matter to all of us, like right now, this government works great for giant drug companies, just not for people who are trying to get a prescription filled. They can't seem to manage to do anything to lower the cost of prescription drugs.
I have read that you have more policy proposals out already than any of your other challengers for the Democratic nomination. You're sort of setting the agenda in many ways for what the proposals will be, and that the 538 had a headline that said Elizabeth Warren's ideas could win the Democratic primary even if she doesn't. Okay, so would that be good enough for you?
You know, I love these ideas, and let me tell you why they are so important. It's about how it is we can make real change. So think of it this way. I put a proposal out for a wealth tax. That would produce, on the richest 75,000 families in this country, 2%. We could take that money and provide universal child care for every one of our children. Universal pre-K. Cut the student loan debt burden. Build millions of new housing units across this country and bring down rents and attack racial redlining. We could start on a Green New Deal. We could use the money to do the things that help us build a future.
And the money would come from a tax on the super wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. What number?
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Good.
I'm just curious what number super wealthy starts at. Would you please write on this piece of paper
Yes.
what number that starts out, and I'll let you know how much I support your.
1, 2, 3.
That's personal wealth,
That's
or
right.
that
Plus 1.
Is that okay?
That's wealth. It's $50 million.
Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board then.
Good.
I'm on board. Yeah, get those guys. Yeah, we got to get these bastards right now, Elizabeth. You and me back to back after these, for a few years. For a few years, yeah.
But that's the whole point, is that we can make government work for us. But right now what we got to do is we got to put the ideas out there about how to do that.
How liberal are you?
I believe in an America that doesn't just work for those at the top. I believe in an America that works for everyone.
So you're a communist.
That's
What do you make of the right is throwing out this idea that, oh, the Democrats are going to turn us all into socialists. We're all going to be Venezuela if we have a social safety net.
Look, I believe in markets.
There's one Venezuelan out there tonight.
I believe in markets, but markets need rules, and they need a cop on the beat to enforce those rules. Markets without rules are theft, and we can't have that. That's not how we're going to build an economy going forward.
Nice, Maria. Lovely people. Well, everybody, we're back here with presidential candidate Senator Elizabeth Warren. Senator, let me ask you this, please.
Sure.
A Fox poll has you and Bernie leading the pack at people under 45.
Mm-hmm.
People over 45, Biden, who has not declared yet if he's going to, is leading over 45. What do you think you could do to appeal to more older voters other than appearing on a CBS show?
I'm doing my best here.
You're doing your best, okay?
So I think it's about the ideas that we need to talk about. You know, people are trying to send their kids to college. And right now, just over the space of the last generation, incomes have not gone up, and yet the cost of sending your kid to college has more than tripled. And that's tough not only on parents, obviously it's tough on an entire generation that's now shouldering $1.5 trillion in student loan debt. That is just one more example of right now a government that'll give away money to the rich and the powerful, those at the top, and then say to young people who are trying to build a future, they have got to carry all of the weight themselves. Look, this is about the ideas, what we're going to run on as Democrats, what we're going to say about our vision of how to build a future. And if you really think that this primary should be about ideas, then I hope people who like that will go to ElizabethWarren.com. I hope they will sign up. I hope they'll pitch in $10. I hope they will be part of saying that ideas have a critical place right now at this moment in history and at this moment in our Democratic primaries. We cannot cede this ground and say that America is going to be a country that just keeps working better and better for somebody else and doesn't work for the rest of us, doesn't work for all of our children. I'm in this fight because I am someone who lived opportunity. My daddy ended up as a janitor. His baby daughter got a chance to be a public school teacher, got a chance to be a college professor, got a chance to be a United and a candidate for president of the United States. We have to build opportunity for all of our children.
You mentioned just now, go give $10.
Or more.
Or more.
I'm easy.
You've said you won't call wealthy donors or attend fancy fundraisers.
Yep.
Why won't you do that? And is that just for the primaries or ever?
So look, I don't do any of this. I think the problem is that money has too much influence in Washington. It just does. Mm-hmm. And right now, in a Democratic primary, we have a chance to walk the walk. I don't take corporate PAC money. Shoot, I don't take PAC money of any kind. I don't take Washington lobbyist money. I'm not out there sucking up to some guys who are putting together a super PAC to try to help me out. And I'm not spending my time calling wealthy donors. What I'm doing is I've gone to 12 states and Puerto Rico right now. I'm out there with people who actually, one at a time, want to try to rebuild democracy. And what that means is volunteering. It means putting in a contribution for whatever you can to make this work. And it means starting face-to-face, person-to-person across this country to build the kind of grassroots foundation that's going to make the difference in 2020 and, more importantly, is going to help us make real change come 2021 so we never elect a man like Donald Trump again in our life.
Senator, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, everybody. She's running for president.